Hi, Jan at JDK Counseling. I hope you're all doing well. I'm sitting here outside on the balcony of our apartment, very grateful that I have a balcony to sit on. So I have a little place outside and a place where I can actually create some green space for my husband and myself. I've done a little pot gardening here and have some flowers. Been thinking a lot about green space and how important it is for our health and well-being on any given day, but particularly during this very stressful time in our lives and in the life of the country and the world around us. Um, Stress is simply defined is the perceived or actual inability to cope with what is coming at us, especially if it's prolonged. The daily life of kids and work and maybe caring for elders and finances and loss and health challenges and ambiguity. And at some point, all of us are having some speed bumps in coping with all of that. And quite honestly, that's to be expected in times like this. Um, I'm certainly seeing, and I'm guessing you might be too, but I'm certainly seeing a lot more people around where I live taking walks, riding their bikes, out on their lawns, playing soccer or running in the sprinkler, just different lawn kinds of games, doing things together. More people eating outside, taking advantage of being outdoors. And my husband and I have a park that we like to walk at, and he goes fishing, and we're trying to do those kinds of things more. Um, and what we know, though, about being outside, I mean, we certainly know that running and biking and interacting with people and getting exercise, finding ways to relax and cope are good and necessary things. But as I was researching all of this, what I learned that doing as much of this outside, doing as much of this as we can outside increases the benefit of running or biking or socializing or anything that we're doing to relieve anxiety and stress. In fact, they've done some research that when there is a stressful event, the people who did their sort of normal coping strategies indoors and the people who did their normal coping strategies outdoors, the ones who did them outdoors were able to calm themselves more easily and calm themselves more quickly. There's something about being outside that activates our calming systems. And we're learning more about that. The Japanese actually have a concept called forest bathing um, because they know the value of teaching ourselves to regulate, to calm ourselves by being in nature. So, one of the things I'd encourage you to do as you go through your daily life of caring for relatives, caring for and being with people at work, caring for staff, caring for yourself, your family, is to do as much as you reasonably can outside, safely, of course, following guidelines is appropriate, but do as much as you can outside. And even try that anxiety management technique that I taught several videos ago, the one with the five senses, the one about you kind of calming and regulating yourself by naming something from each of your five senses. Do that outside and really connect with nature and the world around you. Too often I've noticed, like when I walk, which is one of my favorite things to do, I may not actually be paying attention to what's going on around me. And my walk and my calming is so much better when I'm really engaged and paying attention to nature around me. And so that anxiety management technique, again, is really simple. Pay attention to something that you see outside, something you're smelling. The world is full of amazing fragrance right now at this point in time. Something that you're tasting could be berries, could be water, and obviously being careful that you know what berries to eat or not eat, or maybe there's a tomatoes that are growing or something in your garden. So something that you taste, something that you um, hear, taste, you touch. Could be just grass, could be the sand beneath your feet, could be asphalt, could be the bark of a tree. If you're outside with your dog, really pet your dog and just really feel their fur. Touch. Say sound, see, hear, smell. I think we've done them all. Pay attention. Use your five senses and really ground into yourself. If something happens and you get upset, see if you can go outside and use that calming technique, and hopefully it'll really make a little bit of extra difference for you at helping yourself calm. If you need a little extra support, I'm available, Jan@therapysecure.com, and happy to help in whichever way I can. Take care, everybody.